Alright friends, as requested, poi mochi recipe. So, you need a bowl that's big enough to fit all of this. You're gonna need 1 box of mochiko. I tend to use this brand. It's perfect. You can use the one in the bag or the one in the container. Both work. They're the same size, 16 ounces, 1 pound. You can use normal sugar as well, but I like to use this one because it's like stevia extract. So there's not a lot of sugar in it. Yeah. And make sure you heat your oil. Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
The whole box.
Yep. For me, I like to put 1 cup of the sugar.
One
But
cup.
yeah, because this is the proportions are different on here. So
Versus regular sugar.
yeah, I think it's like 1.5 cups or 2 cups or something like that. But since this is more concentrated and sweetener, you have to dilute it a little. So I like to do 1 cup or like 3/4 cup.
Okay.
Just kind of goes on taste and who you're kind of cooking for.
I see.
1 cup of this.
And you prefer this to regular?
Well, yeah, because this one, it like helps lower your blood sugar too.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I mean, I'm just kind of one of those like...
Yeah. Whatever helps, kind of.
Yeah. So I like to give it a light stir so that it kind of, when you pour the water in, it doesn't fluff up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you need 2 cups of water, but I normally go like 2 cups and maybe an eighth after, just for the consistency.
Okay.
It just really depends on what you want.
Sometimes the poi too, sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. So I added in like 1 cup at a time. So it's not so messy.
You do it as you see the consistency.
Yeah. Sometimes you need less, sometimes you need more. It kind of depends on what everything combines. And you just want it to be a little bit softer than cookie dough. That texture. And I wouldn't suggest whipping it. I fold it or stir. Kind of just, I don't know if it makes like a big difference, but I just prefer that way. And of course, when you're mixing and you notice there's too much water, you can just put a wet paper or a paper towel on it and it will soak up.
Soak it up.
Yeah. But this looks like it's perfect. You want it like to be able to stand on its own, but not so chunky like that, right? Okay. So it needs, I think if I stir this part in, it might be a little bit more. Okay, so basically, the way that I like to do it is when I start to see the bubbles, I stick my chopsticks in, and if it starts to fizzle on it like that, that's how I know that it's like the perfect temperature to start frying. It could go a little hotter. Like the outsides over there. Yeah, let's go a little bit higher. So I keep it on medium low first, and then medium high, maybe like 5 or 6. I guess that's still medium, I don't know, whatever. Don't listen to me. Then I grab my 2 spoons, and I will, it's kind of like watery consistency, right? I take a scoop like this, and it kind of drips. And I like to just drip a little piece in there and see if it's ready. Most of the time I'll go straight down to the bottom and then it'll float to the top. And what I learned is if you use disposable chopsticks, it's easier, so then you don't have to clean the tips off later. And so it just kind of floats around. See, it gets stuck like this when it's wet, right? So I tend to just kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. I guess like flick it off. It's hard. And you want to get your tinfoil pan. I like to line it with newspaper and then paper towels. And I would like to flip it once it starts to like float around like that, mainly so that the bottom and the middles will get cooked too. But let's see. I think this is good. So now, this is the boring part that kind of just you have to sit and do for a hot minute. I just like to get a little bit and just scoop in. It turns out super ugly, but it's fucking bomb. Bomb. Ah! Maybe the fire's a little too high for my liking. Just a little bit. See, like that? Okay, well, my first batch, the little brown ones right there, is attached to my first guy. Sorry, my hand was hovering and it was burning. But if your fire is not high enough, it's gonna take long to go to turn crispy and brown like this, and then it's gonna be tough instead of crunchy. So you should have high heat, but not too high because it will probably pop in your face. Because there's water, there's 2 cups of water in this, right? So, like this, golden brown. Oh my god, Grandma's gonna be so excited. There's so much little tails. I don't trust you. This is the perfect looking one. Okay. But yeah, that's basically how you do it. So often I like to shake it so it rolls. And we'll see how it goes.